Hi folks, hope you're well. Blake here and welcome to the most recent edition of the Hertfordshire Gig Guide. This is for March 2020. If you're new to this series, basically it's a YouTube video series where I promote all local music that's happening around Hertfordshire. I try and get in as much as I possibly can into the video, really just to keep music thriving and keep there being those opportunities there for musicians like myself to keep getting gigs and help out other people in the local music community as well. If you are interested in listening to live music or playing open mics, then you'll find this video really useful. And for anyone that's new to the series, there are timestamps in the description below which will tell you when certain parts of Hertfordshire come up in the video. And there's also links to all of the social media for all of the promoters and artists that I'll mention in the video. Also, if you're new to the channel, if you could give me a like and a subscribe and hit that little notification bell, then it'd really help me out and help out all the people that I promote as well. So let's get into it, and I'm going to first start by talking about open mics happening around Hertfordshire. Okay, so starting out with open mic nights, every Tuesday at the Cowper's Arms in Digswell, Welham Green City, there's an open mic worth going to. There's also one at Hemel Hempstead, that's at the Oddfellows Arms, every Tuesday as well. Every Wednesday there is Ram Jam, which is one that goes on in Watford at the Horns, so again worth going to that. If you are closer to St Albans, then there's a new one opening up at the Speckled Hen every Wednesday. That's with venues possible, again links are all below in the description. And there's one every Wednesday in Letchworth, and that's at the Koi Koi Bar and Vino in Letchworth Garden City. Every Thursday in Hitchin there's one at the George, and that's run by Kev Maher, as is the Koi Koi one. Again, you can get in touch with him checking the description below. And he also runs that same open mic at the George on Sunday evenings as well. Also on Sunday preceding that, in the afternoon starting at 3 PM, there's one in Hitchin at Uva Wine Bar every Sunday, and that's with Pete Woodruff. So again, worth checking out. It's a really relaxed vibe, a nice open mic to go to. The first Monday of every month, Dan Thomas hosts an open mic. That's at the Doctor's Tonic in Welham Green City. This month is no different, so that's Sunday the 1st of March. On the 3rd of March there's a White Lion open mic, and that's with Parsons Knows Best Productions. So Denise Parsons runs that, and it's called the Dandelion Open Mic Night, and this month the headline act for that is Abby Gaithard, so go and check her out as well as the open mic itself. Then on the 5th of March there's one at Tring at the Castle Inn. That starts at 8 PM. On the 7th, which is the first Saturday of every month, there is one at the Old English Gentleman in Cheshunt. So if you live near there, you can go and check that one out. On the 8th, there's one at the Crown Aston End in Stevenage. This is actually a new one. It's being run by Kelvin Davis, really nice guy and a really great guitarist and musician. So get in touch with Kelvin if you live near Stevenage. Also in Stevenage on the 9th and the 23rd, so every other week, PRZ Live run an open mic, and that's at the Mulberry Tree. Great night, usually quite busy, so go along to that if you live near Stevenage as well. And then Mark Smith, who hosts lots of open mics locally, has got a couple this month as well. So on the 12th he's running one at St Nicholas's Tavern in Stevenage at 8 PM. And on the 14th, he's back at the Checkers in Wrestlingworth. So if you live near any of those areas, go and check Mark's open mic out as well. On the 15th of March, it's the monthly Amy P and Powell's open mic night. That's at the Rose and Crown in Chewin. So try and sign up early for that if you want to go along. It's usually quite busy. On the 25th of March, Mike King is back at the Angels in Hitchin for his open mic night. And he's got a star-studded lineup of people playing. So Jay Hollis, Bruce McRae and Genio are all going to be playing that night, so go along to that as well. It's a really nice pub and a great atmosphere. And then finally on the 29th of March at the Hertford Bells pub, which I think is just reopened in Hertford, there's a great open mic night on there as well, and a friend of mine, Andy Knox, is playing. He's a really talented musician. He's one of the featured artists, so go and check that out as well. So there's all the open mic nights happening in March. I've also put a link in the description below to a Facebook group which has kind of various postings about open mic nights around Hertfordshire. In case I've missed any out as well, you might want to follow that yourself. So go ahead and have a look at that one. Alright, so now dedicated gigs. We're going to start with Stevenage. and I'll try and do them in date order. So first of all, I just mentioned Andy Knox, and he's also playing in Stevenage at the very beginning. So this Sunday on the 1st of March, Andy is playing at the Poacher's Pub, so go and see him there. Then Thursday on the 5th, the MKGs, which are sort of mod cover type bands, a really cool type band, are playing at the Mulberry Tree in Stevenage, so go and see them if you're free. Then on the 6th, so Friday the 6th, there's a cover band there, so at the Royal Oak in Stevenage, Chopper are playing, and a great cover band that are playing locally. Also on the 6th, Ben Smith is playing, and he's at the Crown at Aston End. He's a fantastic guitarist, really great musician, so go and see Ben play. The day after that, on the 7th, Rickshaw are playing, so quite a big rock band sort of locally, and they're playing at the Stevenage Club and Institute, so go and check them out as well. Also at the Stevenage Club and Institute, Not Tonight Josephine, and I love that band name, are playing. So they're on Saturday the 14th of March, so go and check those out. And then on Friday the 20th of March, John de Barra, who is a solo artist, is playing, and he's at St Nicholas's Tavern in Stevenage, so go and check John out if you're around for that. The day after, on the Saturday the 21st, there's a couple of things happening. So first of all, the Humm are playing at the Coach and Horses. So they're a sort of pop, rock, blues band. They do a bit of everything. Be a really good night if you're around for that. And then the Lash are playing, which is a much more sort of hard rock type band. And they're at the Red Lion Stevenage, of course, the home of hard rock locally. So they're on Saturday the 21st. So go and see them if you're around for that. Nearly a week later, on the 27th of March, Steve Young is playing. Great musician, does kind of country, bit blues music, really talented musician. So he's at the Rump and Wades. And on the 28th, Kelvin Davis, who I mentioned for his new open mic earlier, is playing, and he's at the Granby in Stevenage. And he's really talented sort of guitarist, especially like rhythm and blues type stuff. Kind of more olden type stuff, a bit of folk as well. Really great guitarist, go and check Kelvin out. And then finally, on the 28th, it's a return for the PRZ Practice Room Presents gig. So I mentioned I played this in January. Really great gig, really enjoyed doing it. It's a really small local audience. If you want to go along, get yourself on the mailing list of PRZ Live, and they'll send out so many tickets. It is free to attend, but you've got to be on the mailing list to get involved. So get involved with that. So what's happening here in Hitchin? Well, first of all, Max Ryan is playing on Wednesday the 4th of March, and that is at the Angel's Share in Hitchin. So if you're up for a sort of midweek treat, go along to that. On the 6th, Lawrence Hill is playing, and he's at the Radcliffe Arms, which is always great fun on a Friday night. Then on Sunday the 8th, Mark Sullivan returns to Hermitage Road Bar and Kitchen, and it's a really great place to play and really nice atmosphere on a Sunday, so go along for that on Sunday evening. Also on Sunday at the Vic Hitchin, which is another great pub, there's 3 different people playing as part of the SoundARC Sunday sessions. So this time it's Isles, Tennessee Twin and Norton Splinter are all playing 30 minutes each, so that'll be really good fun and a lot of variety if you want to go and see that as well. Then the week after, on Friday the 13th, also at the Vic, George Powell is playing, so he'll put on a really good show for everyone as well, I'm sure. And on Saturday the 14th, Jam 69 are playing at Molly Malone's, so there should be a great laugh as well, so go along to that if you live anywhere near Molly's. Tuesday the 17th, there is a Celtic mashup at the Vic. So that's Robin Campbell's Celtic mashup. That's sure to be great fun, and for anyone who's a fan of that sort of music, it'll be really worth seeing as well. Then Friday the 20th, you can go back to the Radcliffe. So Cara Beard is playing there. Again, another really talented singer-songwriter, and she's back at the Radcliffe this month, so go and check her out. A few bits happening in Hitchin on 21st of March, so the Saturday. So firstly, Marcus Watson, accompanied by Adam Smith, are playing at the George. That's 5 till 7 p.m. And on the same night, later on, at Club 85, there's a charity gig in memory of Andy Keeble, a musician who sadly lost his life. And they're raising money for the Joe Strummer Foundation, although not officially for the event for that, but there will be people collecting money for the Joe Strummer Foundation. And there's some talented people playing that as well. So Jay Wall and Los Chicos Muertos, the Astronauts, Hubcap Moon and Skimmington Ride will all be playing that gig, so go along, try and raise some money for a great cause and enjoy the music as well for that. So a moment ago I mentioned the SoundARC Sunday sessions, and there's another one of those happening on the 22nd of March. Drew Jam, Matt Drew and Chris Law are playing that, so go along and see those guys if you're around. And if you fancy seeing me, I'm playing as well. I'm at the George, and that is on the 28th, so Saturday the 28th. Come along and I'll be there from 5 till 7 p.m. So what about Baldock? Well, at the Hen and Chickens on the 1st, so again the Sunday that's coming right now, tomorrow, of the date of this recording, Fifth Wheel are playing, so go and check those guys out. Then on the 6th at the Old White Horse, Steph Scott is playing. She's always great fun, so go and see her. And the week after, on the 13th, as a St. Paddy's Day type celebration, G. La Roche is playing. That should be really good fun and just havoc, so go along and see G if you're around for that. The day after, on Saturday the 14th, Uptown Funk are playing at Templars, a cover band, and they're really good to see, so go and see those guys. And then on the 15th, on Sunday, Joey Hansen is playing again at the Hen and Chickens, and he's a really talented guy, so go and check Joey out. Then on the 20th, we're back to the Old White Horse, where Lawrence Hill is playing for a night of music, so go and see Lawrence if you live near Baldock. And on the 22nd, the Dukes of Earl Band are playing at the Hen and Chickens as well. Finally, on Sunday the 29th, if I can read my own writing, I think it's the 29th, Barnyard Junkies are playing, and again that's at the Hen and Chickens. So if you're around for any of those gigs, make sure you get along and go and support live music. Okay, so Letchworth. Starting out on Thursday the 12th, Lawrence Hill's there again, so that's at Crafty's. I played there recently, really like Crafty's, really cool beer shop, so if you're wondering what to do on a Thursday, go along, have a few beers and listen to some great music. Then the day after, on Friday the 13th, Max Ryan is playing in Letchworth, so if you live near there, go and check him out. That's at the Koi Koi Bar and Vino. Saturday the 14th at the Arena Tavern, Skimmington Ride are playing, so the guys I've just mentioned who are playing in Hitchin as well. If you can't catch that gig, see if you can get to them in Letchworth. Then on the 27th, Friday the 27th, at the Grange Community Centre, Hartley is playing. He's a really funny and entertaining drag act, so go and see Hartley perform. It's very memorable. And if you don't catch him on the 27th, he's playing the day after on the 28th. That is at the Koi Koi Bar and Vino, so either of those days you can catch Hartley doing his thing. Also on the 27th, Crazy Dog are playing, so they do a lot of rock covers, and they are again at the Koi Koi. And then finally, again at the Arena Tavern, Rickshaw, who I mentioned earlier, are playing on the 28th. So if you can see any of those guys, try and make it along. So there's so much happening in St. Albans in March that I couldn't fit it all in one video. It would be a video by itself. So here's the ones I have included. For anyone I haven't, please get in touch and we'll put things in for the next video, for the April one for instance. So for this one, on the 1st of March, Sunday, there's the Blue Angel Acoustic Cafe event at the Horn, and that happens every Sunday, so go and check that out. Also on the 1st of March, Blue Fingers are playing at the Boot, so it's kind of blues rock, and they're also playing at the Farmer's Boy, and that is on Thursday the 5th of March. Parsons Nose Promotions are hosting the Live at 5 event on the 1st of March as well. So Bruce McRae is playing, as are Westwood Ho. So go and check those guys out, both really talented. That's at the Lower Red Lion in St. Albans. Then on Wednesday the 4th, Mouth on a Stick are playing. They're an acoustic duo, really talented guys, and they are playing at the Mermaid in St. Albans. On Friday the 6th, it's the Soul Entertainment Bureau playing at the Blacksmith's Arms. And on the same day, the same night, the Push are playing at the White Swan. And that's a sort of really talented cover band. Bad Girls Grooves are playing on the 7th at Saturday, and that's at the Farmer's Boy that I just mentioned. They do kind of blues, jazz type music. Then on the 7th as well, Paparazzi are playing. That's at Hatfield Road Sports and Social Club. They're a 6-piece covers band, really talented guys, so go and see those guys play. Also on the 7th, Georgia Nevada is playing. That's at the Speckled Hen in St. Albans, and that's a venue's possible promotion, so get in touch with either one of those guys to find out more about that. On Wednesday the 11th, Star Seeds, with a Z at the end, who are a sort of folk pop group, are playing, and they are at the Mermaid in St. Albans. Then the day after, on Thursday the 12th, At the Horn, Archie Fawkes, Chris Sims and Dan Thomas are all playing, so go and check those guys out. I think from what I've seen recently, I think Chris Sims got a new song out recently, so go and check that out as well and support local music that way. On Friday the 13th, Hot Fondue, and another great name for a band, are playing at the Blacksmith's Arms in St Albans, and on the same night the Carnegies are playing at Royston Social Club in St Albans as well. Then Sunday the 15th, Glad Rags are playing at the Lower Red Lion. Again, that's another live at 5 gig, so go and see that at 5 o'clock. And on Tuesday the 17th, Sinead Quinn is playing. It's a St Paddy's celebration, so another one, and that's at the Boot, so go and see that as well. On Wednesday the 25th, the Mighty Quinn are playing, which are kind of roots / acoustic type band, and that's at the Mermaid again. And then finally on Friday the 27th, Say What, but I feel like it's meant to be said like that, are playing, and that's at the Blackberry Jack. So in Welham Garden City, first of all on Saturday the 7th, Undercover are playing at the Tavern, so go and check those guys out. Then on the 13th, Lawrence Hill is playing. He's at Tuinberry Farm, Friday the 13th, and he's back in Welwyn at the Wellington. That's on the 22nd at 6 p.m. Amy P from Amy P and Pals is performing as Julie Andrews in a West End musicals type gig, so that'd be really fun to see. She's at the Welwyn Sports and Social Club, also on Friday the 13th of March, so go and see her there. And then Steph Scott is at Tuinberry for the Rhythm and Roast at Tuinberry Farm. That's on the Sunday the 15th, so go and see Steph if you fancy a nice Sunday roast. Ben Smith is playing at the Red Lion. That's on the 20th, so Friday the 20th of March. And on Saturday the 21st, That's What She Said are playing, and they're at the Hollybush, so they're a great cover band, so go and check those guys out. So I'm just going to talk about a few gigs in Ware this month. So first of all, at the Snug in Ware, Max Ryan is playing twice, so he's there on the 1st and also the 15th, so go and see him there if you live anywhere near Ware. Dr. Reelgood is playing at the Punch House, and that is on the 21st of March, so the Saturday. And a week later, also on the Saturday, Lord Algie, some of these band names are amazing, Lord Algie are playing at the Punch House as well, so go and see those guys. In Bishop's Stortford, I'm just going to talk about Water Lane Bar and Kitchen, and there's a few people playing there who I've already mentioned. So Steph Scott is playing on Friday the 20th, so go and see her. And a week later, on Friday the 27th, Lawrence Hill is playing, so go and see him as well if you're around for that. So what's happening in Hertford itself? Well, on the 6th, Friday, March the 6th, Machines are playing at the Jungle Bar in Hertford, so go and see those guys. If you're not around for that, on the day after, Saturday the 7th, at the Lord Hague, Bizarre Fish are playing, so again, go and see those guys, it'll be great fun. Kelvin, who I mentioned earlier, is playing as well. He's at the Folk Club, so the Four Rivers Folk Club, and that is on the 11th of March. The Gears are playing, Gears spelled G-H-I-A-S, and they're at the Jungle Bar, Hertford, on March the 13th. Total Recall are playing at the Lord Hague, that's on the 21st, Saturday the 21st of March, and a week later, Indigo Star are playing, and that is on the 28th of March. Again, all the information for all the acts I'll mention is in the description below, so check that out. What's happening in Hemel Hempstead? So Wildcard are playing at the Oddfellows Arms, that's the 1st of March, the Sunday. Holly Rose Thomas is also playing, she's doing a solo acoustic gig, so go and see Holly as well, that's at the Red Lion if you want to check her out. Then Gravity are playing, that's at the Oddfellows Arms as well, that's on the 6th of March, they're a covers band, that's on the Friday, so that'll be really good fun. Redhead, another band, are then playing. They're at the Rose and Crown in Hemel Hempstead. That's on the 13th of March, Friday the 13th. So if you're not superstitious, go along. I'm sure they'll be a great band and a really good night. Scary Canary, amazing, playing. Again, that's at the Rose and Crown. That is on the 14th of March, so the Saturday. They're a rock band. New Ambassadors are playing. They're on Friday the 20th of March, and that's again at the Oddfellows Arms. And then Dusk Till Dawn are playing at the White Hart, and that is on the 21st, so the Saturday, the 21st of March. Finally, Two Tones Beyond are playing, that's also at the White Hart, the 28th of March, the Saturday. And James Reynolds is playing at the 3 Tons in Hemel Hempstead, and that is on Saturday, March 28th as well. So if you're around for any of those guys, or live anywhere near Hemel Hempstead, go and check them out. In Borehamwood, I've just got one gig to tell you about, and that is the wonderful Pyjamas duo. Again, great name. They're playing on 21st of March, and that is at the Oak. In Pirton, the Fox are having their usual musical Fridays. So on Friday the 6th, Cara Beard is playing in Pirton, so go and see her there. And on the 13th, Mark Sullivan is playing. So if you missed any of those guys at any of the other gigs I've mentioned, go and check them out at the Fox in Pirton. Alternatively, in Knebworth, you can also see Mark Sullivan. So he's playing in Knebworth at the Lytton Arms. That is on the 20th of March. In Waltham Cross, Amy Percival is playing, so Amy P. She's at the Wheat Sheaf, and that is on the 7th of March. So if you live near Waltham Cross, go and see her. This will be a solo gig, but it won't be the musical type stuff, and it won't be a kind of open mic thing. It'll be her own solo performances. So go and see Amy P if you want to see one of her solo gigs. If this video isn't enough and you want to see more of my face, then you can also catch me in Ickleford. So I'm playing at the Old George in Ickleford. That is on the 29th of March, and it starts a little bit early at 5:30 p.m. I mentioned Mark Smith earlier for his open mic nights that he hosts regularly. He's also doing a very rare solo gig this month. He's playing for kind of yet another St. Paddy's Day celebration. So if you were stuck for anything to do around and on St. Paddy's Day, now you have loads of things. So he's playing in Welham Green. It's actually at the Sibthorpe Arms, and it's on Tuesday the 17th of March from about 7:30. So go along and see Mark play if you fancy it. In Sawbridgeworth, Andy Knox is playing, who I mentioned earlier. So he is at the Old Bell, and that is on the 27th of March. So go and see Andy play if you live anywhere near there. So in Watford, Big Al and the Blistering Bwicks are playing. That's Sunday the 1st at the Horns. And on the same night, Billy Patrick is playing. He's at the Hammer in Hand in Watford. So go along tomorrow or today if you're watching this Sunday the 1st, and go and check those guys out. Then the day after, on Monday the 2nd, Magic Seas and King with No Throne are playing. They're both sort of psychedelic rock bands. They're playing at the Horns again, so go and see those guys if you're into that sort of music. On Saturday the 7th, Dirty Dog Band are playing at the Horns. A little bit later in the month, Friday the 20th, Conspiracy Theory are playing. They're at O'Neill's, so go and see those guys. And on the same day, Paparazzi and the band Pip are also playing. They're at the Southern Cross in Watford. They're cover bands, so go and see those guys. On the 21st, also cover bands, but more sort of rock stuff. Juice are playing, they're at O'Neill's. And the Rockabees are playing as well, and they're at the Dome Bar. That's also on the 21st of March. Then on Friday the 27th, Hot Fondue are back, so they're playing at Southern Cross. And on Saturday the 28th, Fivefold Kiss are playing, and they're at the Horns. So that's loads of things happening in Watford. So if you're around for any of those things, go and check them out. Finally, at the Wardhedges, a good friend of mine, Chris Law, is playing. So he's at the Jolly Capers on the 28th. Chris has also just recently released some new music on Spotify, so check him out and listen to the music. It's really good. I listened to it yesterday. So that about wraps it up for this edition of the Hertfordshire Gig Guide. If you enjoyed it, thanks a lot. Please give me a like, share it, do anything you can to keep people coming to live gigs. Keep local music thriving. Hopefully I'll see you at live gigs or an open mic or something. If you have any pictures or videos from live gigs that happen in March, feel free to send them along, and I might put some into the next video as well. And if you are a musician or a promoter, feel free to send me anything that you have in terms of dates for next month or later than that, and I can try and include them in the next versions of these videos. Thanks a lot. If you could hit the subscribe button, I'll love you forever. Take care. See you soon. Cheers.